Coming up on FYI,
I want to emphasize how fragile our lives actually are, because one second everything is normal and next you're stripped of everything.
Everyone has bad games, everybody makes mistakes. It's a team sport and you have to be connected, you have to play good together, you have to have each other's back. Good.
You never know what sort of people will just look up your name and start finding out so much information.
this is FYI, where we bring you all the latest top news stories from the UK and around the world. At the moment, it's hard to watch the news and see the devastating effects war has on children across the world. From the continuing Russia-Ukraine war, forcing Ukrainian children to go to school underground, to the haunting reports of suffering and starvation in Gaza as a result of the Israel-Hamas war. We know that war is something many of you feel very strongly about. Recently, inside the Houses of Parliament, a special art exhibition called War Through Children's Eyes was on display, for the ministers in charge of running the country to see. The powerful artworks and stories were submitted by children who have had first-hand experience of war, but also children who feel strongly about raising awareness of the impact war has on young people, and wanting world leaders to pay attention. We heard from some of the artists.
This model is a depiction of all the cities of Ukraine that were destroyed and are being destroyed as we speak. It's based on my own experiences and experiences of others. I want to emphasize how fragile our lives actually are, because one second everything is normal and next you're stripped of everything. Constant attacks started in July 2022. Me and my mom left home, and in March 2023 we came to England. My father and my family are still back in Ukraine, and right now my hometown is a city that is begging for help.
When I think about children living in war zones, I feel extremely angry and I feel extremely upset that the world has turned a blind eye towards their unimaginable suffering. Throughout history, civilians have been dying just so that powerful people can gain more power, more land, and it's for their own greed.
I see terrible things in the media all the time, and I think it's a very big mistake to begin to be desensitized to war-related topics. It's very important to stay aware of all of these things that are happening around the world. But the fact remains that to have your childhood overshadowed by a war that you had virtually no say in, that's a terrible thing.
I made this artwork because of all the news stories I hear about war all the time, and the stories I heard growing up as a child from my family members who had to endure war. My mother and my aunt were unable to complete their education due to war. Children don't have anything to do with war. They didn't cause any of the fights, yet they lose their homes, their families, their entire lives.
When I found out that my artwork was displayed in Parliament, I was very happy that it managed to reach an audience who have the platform to make change. Surely by now we have reached the point where we don't need to resolve our issues by putting innocent lives on the line.
Next up, we've got guest reporter Cassius on why he thinks there should be more opportunities for kids to get into sport. Plus, a surprise visit from a footballing legend.
Football is the most popular sport in the UK. But at the grassroots level, it's facing big challenges. A report by the Football Foundation found that 2 in 3 grassroots football pitches in England are in poor condition. Lack of funding and facilities means that many young players are missing out on opportunities to develop their skills. But clubs plan to change that through programs offering free coaching sessions to thousands of kids across London.
I'm here in Enfield, where Tottenham Hotspur's Next Gen programme is helping young footballers improve their skills. Spurs' very own Lucas Bergvall is visiting to give advice, answer some questions and maybe even train with them. Let's check it out.
1, 4, 5. Nice! That's good. The best player I've played against? Yeah, probably Mohamed Salah, yeah, the best player. Yeah, probably. An amazing player, yeah.
How important do you think programs like this are for kids who want to play football?
I think it's really important for everyone to give an honest opportunity and to have fun, you know, to find interest in the sport and yeah, to learn.
Do you have a message for young footballers who want to become pro?
Yes, to always give 100%, even if you have your bad days. Nice, that was good. Everyone has bad games, everybody makes mistakes. It's a team sport and you have to be connected, you have to play good together, you have to have each other's back. Good.
How does playing football make you feel?
Tired and exhausted and happy.
I have fun and I like learning new things about football.
Some people don't really like to go out sometimes, so it kind of just forces them to play more and makes them more excited to go outside.
That's it from us here in Enfield. It's been such a cool day watching everyone learn from the best. And who knows, maybe the next Spurs star is out here right now. It could even be me.
What do you make of this story we spotted? Is it fake news or fact? We did some digging. You might have heard about a political party that's often in the news, Reform UK. Even though they only have 5 elected members of parliament, a recent poll suggested that if there was a general election now, more people would vote for Reform than any other party. The party regularly makes it into the headlines, especially when it comes to some of its members' controversial views, particularly on climate change. Recently, we saw reports that Reform's first ever mayor, Dame Andrea Jenkins, who was elected in Greater Lincolnshire, said that she doesn't believe climate change exists. But her claim is fake news! Reform has been criticised for spreading misinformation about climate change. At a press conference recently, Dame Andrea and other Lincolnshire Reform Party members said they have declared war on green energy projects and plan to fight against things like big solar farms coming to their area. But we know from our school science lessons that global warming is real, and the way to slow it down is to use less fossil fuels and more clean green energy. Many experts have warned that extreme weather, like the recent heat waves we've seen in the UK, is the new normal, and that's down to climate change. This summer, the government has introduced a new online safety law. The aim is to keep children safe online and prevent us from seeing harmful content. Services face big fines if they don't do enough, like changing algorithms so that upsetting content doesn't end up in our feeds. But how do platforms get to know us and work out what we want to see in our feeds? What we like, what we don't like, and what we do for fun. We don't just tell them, do we? Jiraiya and I did some digging in our special FYI Investigates. Who's controlling your mind? Time for an experiment to see just how much information we give away without thinking.
We've invited these teenagers to take part in what they think is filming for a new TV show. They're under the impression that they're here to test the latest cool tech, and this is what we're telling them.
So this is a prototype device that can detect tiny changes in neurons deep in your brain. And with a specific stimulus like a question, it's able to detect what you're thinking about. Effectively, it reads your mind.
Oh my god, what? That's insane. That is quite cool. It's like a lie detector test, but like more in depth.
But everything I've just told them is completely untrue.
In actual fact, we are going to show how much we can find out about them online, using just their name. With the help of ethical hacker James Davis from the company Pure Cyber.
When they arrive, James searches their social media and discovers all the information that they've made public,
She went on a holiday.
which Rosie then sends to me through a cool hidden earpiece.
I want you to think about hobbies. Think about your birthday. Think about holidays. You flew somewhere last year. Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
Portugal?
What? Are you kidding me?
You got a sister. Maya?
I'm speechless.
Dad's name is Zine? Is your sister's name Dulcie?
How What?
It's like some science movie. It's crazy.
And remember, all this information is actually coming from an ethical hacker who's looking at their social media profiles.
So I can see from his Instagram that he went to St. Lucia.
He went on a holiday to St. Lucia in September 2024.
St. Lucia?
Yeah. So it looks like she took a day trip with Sophie to Brighton.
You play mini golf?
What? How does it know this?
Her ambition is to scuba dive.
Scuba diving?
With whale sharks.
The sharks?
I'm actually quite shocked.
Is your birthday
The 31st of August.
Yeah?
She is a karate instructor.
Wow!
She changed school last year.
Yeah. Kind of creeping me out, but it's also really cool.
I'm actually still like so confused and like in shock.
I'm gonna be honest with you. None of this is real. The device doesn't work, none of this. The reason I could tell all this about you was because of this.
Oh my god!
Social media.
What?
That's impressive.
It's really scary.
So that's weird that people can like do that.
Now they've learned that everything we know about them actually came from their social media accounts. How do these guys feel?
The things that you guys found were like insane. Like stuff that I couldn't remember that I put out there.
I feel it's like a lesson learned to just be a little bit more careful.
You never know what sort of people will just look up your name and start finding out so much information.
I felt really shocked. What is it that other people can see about me? And made me be a bit more cautious of that, I feel like.
To watch the full episode of FYI Investigates Who's Controlling Your Mind, head to Sky Kids or first.news/FYI. You'll also find more special investigations on important issues like scamming, wildlife, and our BAFTA award-winning Disability and Me. That's it from us, but we'll see you next time for more of the news that matters to you. Bye!